Omaha fire investigators are looking for tips after a second fire at a vacant house. Early yesterday afternoon, fire crews were called out to a house near North 41st and Izard, just a block north of Cummings Street. There, they found a small fire in the basement, which they did quickly get under control. Omaha Fire says this is the same house where firefighters were called to in mid-December. At that time, the house was vacant, but there were signs homeless people were inside. The house is now deemed a total loss. Anyone with any information on the fire is urged to contact Crime Stoppers.